We poolside, toasting cocktails, catching tans. I could get my jewelry where it cost 100 bands. My phone never stopped ringing, I'm in high demand. I always get treated like the queen that I am. Never work 9 to 5s, I got pretty privilege. Bad bitch from my own business. It ain't one hoe topping me, I'm the latest.
Hey y'all, it's me Fletch, back at it again with yet another story time. As you guys can read by the title, I really don't know what I'm gonna, call this story time, but it's a story time, and it's gonna be a story time about the time how I had the worst threesome ever, girl. Y'all, 2021 was my year, so this actually took place, I want to say back in 2021. I don't remember because it was so long ago, and it's funny because it's just 2023, but still again, that was a long ass time ago. I had met this guy, we're gonna call him Jermaine. Okay, we're gonna call him Jermaine. So I met Jermaine about, I want to say, and I'm going to use this tense as if, I'm still living in that year. So I met him about like a couple months ago, and I met him on Plenty of Fish. Literally, like every story time after this is going to be about somebody that I met on Plenty of Fish. Plenty of Fish Chronicles is crazy. So I met this guy on Plenty of Fish. He had told me, way back when, that he had actually had a transgender girlfriend before, whatever the case may be. And, he liked the way I looked, blase, blase, blase. At this time, I was taking my hormones. I don't take my hormones anymore. Bitch, you're gonna pay $400 to get some pills. Girl, you don't want your mind. He was like how, he wanted to link up with me, blah, 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 blah. We linked up. Very, very, very weird looking guy. Not attractive at all. If I had to rank him on a scale of 1 to 10, he probably would be, and this ain't me trying to be funny because I did have sex with this man. However, though, he would have been like a -0, and a 0 can't even be negative. So, girl, when I tell you, like, receding hairline, McDonald's, the whole thing was a parabola. Not cute. Dressed like he was stuck in 2014, baby. It's 2021. You're like 35 going on 14. Who the fuck dresses like that? Me and him, we ended up linking up or whatever the case may be. He was decent. Like, he didn't really know how to do too much of anything. Like, I would say he was very mediocre. Not too much of anything was exciting or inspiring or, like, something I would be lusting after. But, I will say, buddy, I can't say that. But, just know. Other things transpired, and they were good. One day he texted me, and he was like, hey, I'm having this little, I'm at this hotel. You want to come to this hotel with me because I'm having a threesome? I was like, sure, I don't mind. One thing about me for sure, I always ask, who is there? Because, I'm not one of the type of people that has beef with anybody, everybody, but I've curbed a lot of guys in the past, and a lot of guys I've got into it with, and we've had some little powwows or whatever. This one dude threatened to pull up over here and shoot the house up or whatever, girl. This was like back at, I'm gonna tell this story time too. This was back when my dad was alive, y'all. I was like, boy, please, I wish you would. Funny thing is though, I met up with him again this year, and like, for a long time, I had kept curving him because you crazy. And then we had sex. When I call him Jermaine, when I say the guy, he, him, his, the pronouns, y'all know I'm talking about Jermaine, girl. So Jermaine hit me up, and he was like, who is this? Girl, I'm not gonna answer that. Jermaine hit me up and he was like, he's having a threesome at a hotel and he wanted me to tag along. I said, sure, girl, don't tag along, but who's there? He was like, oh, it's just me and this African guy. So I said, okay, cool. Mind you, I said, like, is he feminine or masculine? Because one thing about me, nothing feminine turns me on. Like, nothing feminine. If you're a guy and you act just like me, I'm not attracted to you. Like, no. Even if you're a masculine dude, but you act just like a bitch, I don't want you. You're not my type. I have had, incidents where I've messed off with, another trans girl or whatever, or messed off with a girl and a guy. Telling that story time, too, later on down the line. Well, you know what? Honestly, I don't think I want to. Because, y'all, story time and story time, I messed with old girl, right? And then, after me and the dude had the threesome with her, next thing you know, y'all, she committed. That's neither here nor there. I don't know what happened. I don't know the full story about that. I still don't know, and I've never asked because it's not my business. At this time, it was the start of my transition. Girl, them early stages of your transition are the worst. You gotta find clothes that flatter you. Not everything looks cute on you. You still look like a little, a rectangle. You still got little boxy hips. Your boobs ain't came in yet, so you still giving off very much so. Man, I went head on and I called my Uber. At that time, a bitch did not have a car. Sister girl still don't have a car, but she's getting one next week. So I gets in there. The hotel we was at, what was the name of that hotel? I know it's over there. It's downtown. It's not downtown. It's like over there in like it's, I know it's in Fraser. I just don't remember what the name of it was. But it kind of looked like if you were to go to, it was like an outside hotel. Like you have the doors that are outside, and then you have an inside, but that's only where the desk is. I can't remember what it was. It kind of, I'll put a picture in here if I find it. I get up in there, I'm kind of excited because this was my first time ever having a threesome. So, I goes up in there, I'm like, okay, this is cute. This is cute. So then I asked him, like, what the room is. The room was 201. It's, like, slightly cracked open. I'm like, okay, cute, cool. Y'all, as soon as I walked in there, the African dude that came to the party, he's sitting down. I really want to tell this story, but there are lingering young ears, and I really don't want to ruin anybody's innocence. But I'm going to try to code things as much as I can, okay? So, as soon as I walked in, the African dude is, sitting down, buttocks to the moon. I'm like, okay, this is my type of party. So I walk on in, and then girl, instantly tossing them salads. And then after I did all of that, that's when the guy that I was there for, Jermaine, he got down beside him. So he got down beside him, same position. And then, like, y'all, I started tossing both of their salads, girl. Then all of a sudden, the African dude, he like jumps up out of nowhere. I'm just like, okay. He gets up and he goes to the dresser that they have in their room, and he grabs his purple pipe. He was like, do you want to smoke some? Now, let me tell y'all something, just for context, okay? Oh boy, Jermaine, baby, he used to do that crack, honey. Like, he was on crack bad, like bad, bad, bad. But he had great skin, a great smile. Like, he didn't look bad, but he wasn't cute either. Like, he just was not, no. But he used to do that angel dust, babe. And when I say he used to do it bad, he used to do it bad. So he would come over here some days and be like high out of his mind, literally. And then we wouldn't be able to do anything. Like, he'll be dozing off, falling asleep, like right in the middle of us doing stuff. Like, I'll notice that, the cucumber done went, squash. And he done fell asleep. And I'm like, oh, what's this about? Like, I'm sorry, I had got high before I came over here. I was like, oh, okay. Then why'd you come over here? When that African dude walked over there to that dresser, talking about something, you want to smoke these? I looked at him, I said, no, I'm good. Because, bitch, first of all, I was in here when you loaded that up, whatever you loaded it up with. He walks over there to me, he's like, are you sure? And it's like he kind of put it up in my face. I was like, yes, I'm sure. I don't want none of that. Like, I'm fine. I hit it anyway. Y'all, it was weed. The African dude, he starts getting like real spicy. And I don't mean spicy like he was having an attitude. He was just getting real like, very like overly freaky, and it was bothering because, like, mind you, I'm in here for the guy that invited me. I'm not in here for you, so I really don't know why you're bothering me or why you're touching me. So the African dude comes over there, and he like puts this lube in his mouth, and then he starts trying to kiss me with this lube in his mouth, and he was spitting it in my mouth, y'all. It was so disgusting. At that time, though, I was lit. I didn't give a fuck. I was having the time of my life. So we hear a knock on the door. So all of us, we stop, we look, like, what is this? Who is this? Y'all, it's another trans girl that was invited to the party. I was like, okay, cute, besties, friends, yay. She comes on in. And then, like, she was cute, very, very cute, very cute. No ass, though, flat ass. But she was cute. The African dude jumped up off the bed, turned over, bent over, and got in a position ready to be, poked and prodded. I say, baby, this is something that you do on a regular, because I would never. Trans girl, she come on up in there and stuff, like, she done dropped her little pants, her little panties on the ground and whatnot. So then she starts, handling her business with the African dude. So I'm looking like, this is crazy. At this point in time, my friend went soft because this is too much for me to handle. Like, it was just too much going on. So they was having a time of their life. African dude was not moaning at all. I don't know. She was big, though. I don't know if she just wasn't hitting any spots or if he just didn't moan. But, baby, she was tearing him up. And I was just like, wow, this is so exciting and so scary all at the same time. Dude was sitting over there. Jermaine was just sitting there. We was chilling. So then next thing you know, he's laying on a bed, laying beside me. Like, he's facing, like, he's laying down, looking my way. I'm looking at him, and he's just laying there because we both just watching him, do their thing. Next thing you know, the trans girl, like, lays in the bed behind him. I'm like, hold up. 1, what are you doing? 2, what are you doing? And 3, what are you allowing her to do? Y'all, this girl started messing with my man in front of me while I'm laying in the bed. I said, oh, no. See, you wild. That's crazy. So she beating him up and whatnot. They having a good old time while I'm just sitting there watching, shamed. Let me tell you something. That night was crazy, but it was just like, this part tripped me out so bad. So bad. So the door opens, and then this fat guy walks in. I'm not trying to fat shame anybody, but the guy was fat. He was very big. So at this point in time, the trans girl, she done left. Jermaine got his back beat in. The African dude got his back beat in. They both high as a kite. And, I'm just sitting there like, wow, this is ridiculous. I thought I was the only person that was going to be there. I didn't know I was going to have extra guests, but whatever. Calling him Blake, girl. It's like stop calling him the fat guy. So Blake comes in, he's saucy Santana in his ass all around the room, looking at everybody, observing the crowd, kind of like I did. So I'm like, okay, cute, cool, whatever. Just don't touch me, don't bother me. African dude jumps up off the bed again, bends over, and lets him start beating his back in. I was like, this is crazy. Like, it's just the fact of the matter that you ain't even gave yourself a chance to tighten back up again. You ready for the next sausage. So I was calling him fat guy again. What I call him? Blake starts, doing his thing with the African dude. So I'm just sitting there amazed, awed, and disgusted. I get up, I'm walking to the bathroom, Then I noticed that Blaine is staring at me. I'm like, why is he looking at me? I think in my head, if you touch me, I swear to God, I'm going to knock you out in this room. Do not touch me. I don't know you. Don't touch me. So then I just keep noticing him watching me walk around. And I don't know if he was thinking that this was that and that was this, but it was never going to be that. African dude going to bust up out of nowhere to my son.
I think the need for some dick.
I looked at him and said, no, I don't. How you gonna try to offer up my booty to somebody I don't even know? Girl, you done lost your mind. Y'all, after that, I was like, yeah, but it's time for me to go because y'all really losing it up in here. The African dude, he gets back on his stuff and he starts eating on my friend or whatever, eating on Jermaine. So he's eating on Jermaine, and Jermaine, for some reason, he pulls out his phone and turns on his flashlight. So the African dude, he jumped behind the covers or whatever, right? Then I want to call him the fat dude so bad because I did not like him. He was like, what are you doing? Are you recording me? As he was like, no, I turned on my flash because I couldn't see you. He was trying to be funny because the dude was dark skinned. I think in my head, why you need to see him? He ain't even over here by you. So what you mean you couldn't see him? He wasn't nobody you needed to see. Next thing you know, the heavyset dude, he was like how, you can't be recording me because if somebody with this video gets out, it'll ruin my life. I'm thinking in my head, now, you're in a room full of, people that are part of that lifestyle. Now, if nobody knows that you're gay, I must be straight. Because there is no way possible on God's green earth that nobody knows that you're gay. Him and the dude, they start getting into it to my son. Oh, I was just turning my flashlight because I couldn't see. He was like, what you need to see me for? There's nothing for you to look at. So then he was like, bitch, I wasn't trying to look at you. I was just saying, like, I couldn't see you, so I just turned on my flashlight. He was tripping off that stuff they was smoking on. That's why I don't do drugs. It was already tension anyways in the room, and it wasn't because of me. Hey y'all, it's Fletch from the future, editing Fletch, whichever one you want to call it. Now, the reason why it was so much tension was because when we were sitting there, like after everybody had got done doing what they were doing, we were all sitting down just talking, trying to get to know people. We did the same thing with the trans girl that came to the room as well. So we were asking him, we were just like, hey, where are you from? What do you do? Every time we asked him a question, he always had something smart to say, like literally right afterwards. Like every answer was a smart answer. Like say we asked him, what's your shoe size? I wear a size 8. Why? Or we'll say, okay, so what do you like to do for fun? Anything as long as it's not boring. Or we'll be like, so what's your name? My name is Ty. Why? Like, it was just always, like, little attitude, and we were just like, what's wrong with you? He literally set the whole vibe off. Like, the whole vibe in the room shifted when he came. When a heavyset dude walked in, he already had, like, this aura, like this I'm the shit aura. So we was already like, ew. Me and the African dude, we all was in the room, and we were just looking at each other like, the fuck? The African dude said, okay, hold on, I'm finna go downstairs and get some ice. So he walks downstairs, and no, I don't mean ice. I mean some actual, like, solid water. He was going to get some actual ice. He was in a hotel. This time, one thing you need to know, especially about link-ups, once we're done having a good time, baby, it's time for you to hit the road, Jack, and don't come back no more. The African dude, like I said, he went downstairs to go get some ice. So he was texting Jermaine during this whole entire time, and he was telling him how, like, he was ready for the dude to leave, like the dude trying to sit around and hang out and stuff, and he really didn't like him. He's ready for him to go. And we was like, yeah, I'm ready for him to go too. Like, why is he still here? So dude was like, yeah, I have something to do in the morning and I have to go to sleep. And that's when I was like, yeah, and I have to go to work. So we all started putting on our clothes, right, collectively. Dude started putting on his clothes. So then he got up And then he walked to the door. It was like, all right, well, you know, you have a good night. He was like, all right. We closed that door. Baby, when I tell you, it was funny because we all busted out and started laughing. Didn't nobody had no work. I was off work the next day. The African dude, he was in town for like, what, 3 days? So he still had technically another day on his little room or whatever. So wasn't nobody trying to go nowhere. We was all just wanting him to go because he was just weird. I don't know if Jermaine was trying to feel himself with them beat up ass pants he had on and them leaning ass forces, but he gonna turn around and say, I know you trans or whatever, but you gotta get your style up. Girl, when I tell you, I turned and I looked at him, I was finna say so many things, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let you have it for tonight. I'm gonna let you have that. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let you have that because you know what? We all had a good time. I'm not trying to ruin this night by insulting your ugly ass hairline. So I'm gonna let you have that one. You was already finna get beat up by this heavyset dude because you was trying to record what or telling your flash for what, I don't know. So girl, after that, you know, I went ahead on. I left. When I left, first of all, I told him I was finna leave. You know, Jermaine had the nerve, the gall, to tell me, I wanted you to fuck me. I said, what? Hell no, you ruined it. The moment you sat there and let her put her Subway sandwich into your donut, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. There was no coming back from that. So the dude kept hitting me up like after a while. We linked up a couple more times, but then of course, like I said, he was doing that stuff. So he would come over here and be going to sleep, falling asleep. And me, if you fall asleep and we're in the middle of doing some sexual stuff, I'm not gonna keep doing sexual stuff with you because I don't need nobody saying, oh, I was drugged out and I was asleep and you were trying to rape me or just something weird. You get what I'm saying? Because folks make up anything nowadays just to, you know, have something to talk about. And we stopped talking. We got into it real bad. And I haven't heard from him since. Don't know what he's doing now. Don't care what he's doing now. He's not my man, not my problem, not our responsibility. One thing I will say is, as my body started to develop when I was doing hormones, my boobs got bigger, you know, my hips got wider, like, and I don't mean like my physical pelvis, I mean like the fat on my hips got, you know, wider. So I started having like a little hourglass shape. So he would always come over here and be like, oh my goodness, you look just like my ex. And that was one thing I used to hate to hear. Why are you comparing me to another bitch? I don't care about that. I have a story to him about a time where somebody was trying to pimp me out, girl, and get me set up on Lamar. So I'll tell this story time on a later date, though. That was a little bit crazy. So I just want to say, if you guys continued and listened to this whole entire story from beginning to end, thank you so much. I was trying to hurry up because, again, I didn't know how much time or storage I had left on my phone. So I was trying to hurry up and record it. And I recorded for like 28 minutes, bitch. So I did great. So if you guys like this story time, please make sure you give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, you're free to give me a thumbs down. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch you guys in my next video. If y'all have not seen me on TikTok, it's because my page got deleted. So I no longer have a TikTok. I no longer have a TikTok page. So all of that is gone. So I don't care. I'm still having the time of my life. And I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye, bitches.